Clash for. Genji will be banned. Again, kind of perma-banned in this series. Tracer removed. A lot of respect bans tonight. Second Tracer respect ban of the series. It was game 1 BOE. And now
that was the second ban. Now this is the first ban.
Yeah. That's right.
That's mad respect to Frankel.
Greymane, first picked. Not a surprise. Tempest had, map choice. So obviously Feliz gets Greymane. Now, Tempest has taken Falstad early when they had a second pick, but it ended up getting countered by the Zeratul. This time Tracer isn't available, so if they really want the Falstad, and they want to prevent it from being banned, they could grab it here.
Hanzo is still open, so they will just do that. And think about Thrall maybe later. They did grab Uther already. So yeah. That's kind of hinting us that this time, well, before, lots of solo lane and their choice was kind of limited in that way too. So maybe they had to pull off a Thrall. And Ballistics at their home watching this is like, oh, that's something new.
Yeah, that's true. They definitely didn't want to show that. I've seen 2 Thralls today already, and I agree with you. There's a high chance we see more, especially with this draft starting the way it is. Almost identical to the last one. Maybe steal a Nubrak away here. Yeah, a Nubrak taken away now. You could grab a Soul Laner if you want to dominate that lane. Malthael is available. And
I think we're going to see a different support this time. Without Garrosh, I don't think it pairs up as well.
Yeah, that'll be the Rhaegar. Gonna hold on to that Soul Laner. Want to see if they're gonna show their cards just yet. See if they could win the matchup, or see if Falstad becomes a factor, because that means that Dahaka is definitely something that they would be concerned about. Tough ban here for Tempest, because they're not really concerned about the Zeratul pick this time, even if they did want to lock in the Falstad. Malthael is the obvious solo laner that Feliz would go with here, even though they don't have Uther, just simply because it's a strong matchup, whether it's a winning one.
I think they're also considering taking Tyrael themselves. That's why you want to kind of have that in your hands, because they do have Cocoon. And that can be a great counter against what they're trying to do.
Yeah, like double step, like you have Tyrael to counter the Malthael, but then they have Cocoon to stop your Tyrael from sanking and completely follow your line of logic there. HGC ban is just the best tank available for this situation, so we're moving that there. Murden, one of Sign's best heroes, so he might just default to that here if he doesn't take the Tyrael. Depends on if they want to solo lane the Tyrael or if they want to play Thrall, because Thrall is open. There's the Falstad Murden, so Sign going to be on that Murden. We don't know about good yet. Could be Tyrael, could be Thrall. Oh, could be Sonya. Probably not, though.
It could be anything. It could be Gaslow.
It's like,
could be Murky.
Could be Zagara. Like, I don't know. Probably not, though.
Anything solo lane. Could be Nova. Oh, Butcher. Maybe.
Hey, they've got Uther, Divine Shield, that Butcher, let him go.
Charge.
All right, so to get back to a more serious note, if you want to win the solo lane matchup, you've already lost Malthael, and you don't know what their solo laner is going to be, although you will know that Falstad will be one of the solo laners. This is going to be probably for a while the 1-3-1 split, where the 3-man rotates, steal the caps, and try to make setups for boss plays. They're going to take Dahaka, because the global presence of the Falstad is kind of stressful for them. They know it might not be a good match against what they face, but they'll have that global factor. Last pick's going to be second DPS. Not a great pick in any way. Tychus as I guess the safest one to help burn through Muradin. But it's been a pick for them that has fallen flat a few times in this series.
Aimer is always the flex to the team. When they used to do double support, he was doing lots of Tassadar, sometimes even Lucio. In this case, he was doing sometimes a Li Ming, Cassia. So he's actually the flex for the team. In this case, he's taking the Tychus because Greymane is taken away. Maybe he will be on that Greymane, but let's see a little bit more as we have Tychus again.
Give me that Thrall. I want to see this again. Let's learn more. I know they don't want to show it to KSV, or sorry, to Ballistics if that's not, if that's what they really think is strong here, but I want to learn more. So does Ballistics, so I get why they would maybe try to show us something a little bit less weird here, but Thrall doesn't do as well versus this draft. His Sundering doesn't get as much value. It's going to be a Blaze pick, where the CC is going to be good. The bunker is going to help control boss. And just in general, like, he's a strong soul laner. He's not going to lose out super hard to Dahaka. And he doesn't need to be the main soul laner because Falstad's going to be pushing 2. It's going to be the 3-man. Now, the cool thing about the draft for Feliz is normally when you have this Falstad pick and you do the 1-3-1, you have an Anubarak so that you can really dive. It's a little bit tougher for Murden. We see it with ETC sometimes too, but never really the Murden. So we'll see if they actually commit to that. You know, it's been really strong on this map.
Yep, that's right. And with those picks, we're bringing Blaze. That's a new flavor into Tempest. With the new patch, of course, Blaze seen a lot more from all the other teams, not just in KR. A lot in EU. So it's gonna be on that Blaze solo laning this game.
Yeah.
Again, Dami on the Falstad. Lockdown Hanzo.
I think Lockdown's Hanzo
was insanely.
I mean, it's really good.
Last time.
And I thought that having Dami on the Falstad would be a liability against this team that was so gank heavy, but didn't end up being the case. And also remember too that the this game they don't have a gank hero. Like they don't have the Tracer, they don't have the Zeratul, they don't have both like they had the first time. Not gonna get the grab here though. This could be one way to get the kill. Dami sliding out here, doing a lot of damage with that hammering. Actually, a win here for Tempest at the end of the day.
They do have the Dehaka, so even as a Falstad has to be careful a little bit more in that case. And with Anubarak in this case, can actually charge into the back line. Even Hanjo has to be careful. Who do you cocoon here? Uther? Seems like an okay.
Yeah.
Or even Blaze if they go for the bunker drop.
I think it depends on the situation. If we're fighting for boss, like you might even want to cocoon Falstad if he's in range. Very difficult to cocoon such a fast-moving and also ranged hero. But if you could cocoon the Falstad, you have a lot of ways to control that boss. No Tyrael in this game, so not worried about the holy ground. Uther can help make someone stand on the boss. Obviously, that's a different story, but it's really funny to see these tanks going to collide here. Dami 1v2, no fear. He knows Sign's nearby. Grabbing that Stormbolt casually on the way out.
One more stack.
Yeah, one more stack. Stack it on the pile. It's actually going to be Feliz who invades because they do have this Anubarak pick, but it's risky, man.
Coming in to the middle, Liu
going
down.
Dead. And look at how much damage, again, Lockdown is going to do in this fight. Sure, it's going to be a trade for now, but I think at the end of the day, thought Tempest would win this, but they actually end up taking out Hyde as well. Frankel walks out. Naughton. Does he get away here? Oh, the slow. Barely get him. Barely, barely, barely. So a 2 for 2.
Of course, with Blaze, if you fight in those small points, you do damage and you get healed. Even without the... Because both teams lost their support from the beginning. And I think his Rehgar is a different style than Leo. When he was playing Malfurion, he was always in the back, very safe. But his Rehgar is very aggressive. He wants to go in and do a little more damage as Rehgar is built that way.
Yeah, we criticized his Rehgar last time we cast him together, and we were a little bit concerned about how well he played the hero. And it is his most played. He's 2 and 3 on it at the moment in terms of win rate. At 5 games total. His Uther being second most. I think tied now after today's games, obviously, but this was before today. Temple's coming up here. Feliz a little bit behind because the Falstad, allows more soak here for Tempest after that trade. And he's a global, flies in. Steal this globe even. Aimer should not challenge Dami's Falstad here. Actually be a mistake. Sign's just stacking them up, man. Sign had some questionable Stormbolts all throughout the end of 2017 and in BlizzCon, but today, not the case.
And I believe he was talking in the waiting room his last game. He was he had at the end of whichever game he was playing on Mordin on. He was having 62 stacks, and that will be a lot of damage for a single Q.
Yeah.
Well, also with the Pierce, it's going to be a lot more damage.
Yeah, you hit a Tychus that way, man. The Tracer in the previous sets. It's a lot of damage. That's quite a bit of percentage chunk taken out of the health pool when you hit that one. Amber does win this exchange. Sign's going to back away, but they bought some time. They could try to collapse to get the final shots of this mid-temple. They don't have to, though, because they've got a global. Falstaff's gone home. You just continue to soak. I'll watch this funny little watchtower fight. Uther's so sustainable. OJ does not want to trade health like this. Actually gives him the watchtower. As Blaze is looking to rotate down. They want to steal these final shots. Sign's going to try to interrupt. Contesting the temple. Nice dodge there on the Impale. I think they're going to steal these. Look at the damage coming out from Lockdown. Just uncontested. Damage, 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 you know. And not going for the flank here, but spotted out early by Hyde. Lockdown untouched. Good. Very low, but here comes Dami. He's going to add so much extra damage. It's a trade now, but let's see how this fight continues to go. Hanaten not getting the sustain that Hyde is support. Hitting himself. Sign jumps out in the last second. Dami stays a little bit too long here. Down he goes to the grenade. Hyde was okay dying before because, you know, he knew he was going to turn the fight if he did, but want to die here. Again, another trade, but this time in Feliz's favor.
Is it Feliz playing their best or Tempest just not having their day?
I think Tempest...
It seems like Feliz, their shot call has really improved. They're on top of things. Tempest is actually slower in that shot calling.
I mean, I think also Tempest is playing off their comfort level. Like, Lockdown's a great Hanzo player, but Dami is not a great Falstad. Like, Lockdown wishes he could clone himself to play both, not because Dami's a bad player, but because he's not a good Falstad player. Hyde, very aggressive here, gets punished. Will actually get out, as Lockdown's just trying to rack up hero damage on the scoreboard. But yeah, I mean, you have this weird situation where I'm watching Dami play Falstad on Tempest. And Sonya is not meta anymore. Rhaegar is taken away from them. Hyde's done a great job with Uther tonight, to be honest, but it's still not his best hero. So when you look at the scenario that's put forth and how they're playing with this new meta for this week, it's just not the same. Whereas last week's meta and the week before was like exactly what Tempest has always excelled at.
Yep, and that's why they had that 3-0 win against KSP Black. And tomorrow will be very questioning, as it may be a different result against Ballistics.
Yeah, that's going to be the really exciting match of the week.
Where do you put Blaze here? As solo lane, but you have to always be on to the other side. Taika's pretty strong with the minigun.
It's just weird because you have two solo laners, but you don't have a good invade comp. Which normally you would run a Nubrok with this if you could, and then you could, you know, 3-man gank and just try to steal camps and stuff like that. They've been unsuccessful for that. So Falstad stays top because he can fly down. Blaze can't do that. Blaze pushes a lane as best as he can. He's got good wave clear, but he's not the solo laner here. It's actually Falstad who's the solo laner, whereas Good is just a melee flex who happens to be tanky in this situation, basically. Infested Tychus is so mad.
Throwing down that green slimes.
Yeah. Okay, well, this is not going to end up being anything.
Walking down instead. Lane is actually pushed a little bit.
That means he can push mid and then surprise coming through. Looks for a grab on the sign, misses it. See that on the minimap.
Hanzo's holding that question mark for a bit. It is Dragon Strike locked in.
Okay. Here it comes. Zoning Dragon Strike is what people who think this heroic's better than the stun would say. They do have to back out. I think the stun could have been some kill potential.
A very cool looking heroic there.
Yeah.
Good trade.
It looks pretty cool.
Against Ancestral.
So
Feliz got the extra soak in the meantime.
Yeah, Feliz gets the extra soak. They are going to take this cap. Tempest missing a few minions. We're not going to be too upset with this scenario because they got way more structural damage done. They're about a whole fort ahead because there's only 2 half forts left for Feliz. So I mean, I was about to say I mean to say there are 2 forts ahead basically because 2 half forts is what Feliz has left. 1 full fort dead, and Tempest forts are untouched. Only the mid healing fountain is down. All right, Frankel spotted.
Lockdown skill shots has been amazing.
He was like, I hit everyone.
Even the Sonic arrow.
He's like, hit that one minion too. Like,
well, not that one. Still contested on the watchtower signs. Muradin has been just holding it nicely, just keeping that dwarf toss to provide his own escape.
Blaze coming up. There's the stun. Can they prevent? Nope. Could not chain it together to prevent the burrow charge.
They want to push
stuns.
this in. They even have Falstad onto this one for this. Pretty low in HP. Let's see if the Haka wants to come in.
This is basically just Tempest saying we want to do structural damage. Experience is going to be gained by that. Here's the stun to prevent the tongue onto Hanaten. Such a cool move from Hyde. There's the bunker. So much extra damage coming through. Ancestral was good here on the Frankel. Dragon Strike at a pretty cool angle, actually. I like that one. That prevents them from coming in. Stun coming through here now onto Dahaka. He's dead. Divine Shield onto Blaze. He's healing up in that flame. And that's going to be a triple here. They trade it for one, but will Aimer even get out? I don't think so, G-Clef.
Yep, Tychus has no escape from there. All the members trapped in there. That was a nice engage, but Dahaka getting that stun was big. Cocooning Uther came at the right time, but because of that, had the Divine Shield available for Blaze later on. I can't really say that was an overextension by Feliz. They were trying to make something happen. It was the right timing, but before 13, and that Dragon Strike angle was kind of cool. Did somewhat of a damage this time, and he escaped that with the wall. Lockdown creating his zone, creating his damage as Hanzo has been very impressive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the fight was theirs. They're only going to take one temple here, but going to take the caps as well. They got extra experience. They got extra... Oh, this is bad. OJ's going to get picked. Tries to turn this around. Doesn't even get the stun because the cleanse is good. I don't even know if the cleanse was required there. Gust to disengage. Such perfect play from Tempest while outnumbered. Isolation not going to be enough here to grab Sign. He gets over the wall. Lockdown died somehow, though.
Franco got a solo kill onto Hanzo.
And they actually should make sure that if they're going to fight like this, they at least back off and keep the temple. They're ahead in structures massively, obviously, even doing some damage to the keep wall now, but they make sure that that continues to be the case. Sign's like, yeah, another stack. Dragon Strike is up, G-Clef. Final shots coming through here for Feliz. See if they'll try to collapse onto the final temple. They will. They will actually steal the last shots here. So Feliz catching up a little bit in structures.
And it is coming up. But those kind of solo kills should not be happening. Of course, Franco seemed like he caught him with the most damage, starting from the cocktail maybe. That's how you go in with the solo kill. You really need that cocktail damage to use that go for the throat for the kill. And we missed that shot. Maybe we'll get to see that on the highlight. Dami's
had to use quite a few gusts to survive.
But still, he didn't die.
Yeah.
I think that matters.
It does matter, but not going to be usable for the boss anymore.
And he bought that much time for the boss play here.
People need to get down here for Feliz.
Tempest will be hitting 16. Look at that Hanzo, the damage onto the boss.
Okay.
Sign buying time.
They get it. Way too late is OJ. OJ is going to eat this stun. So it's still like way out of position. Sign's walking forward. He's got the pre-cleanse. Dragon Strike really well used here. OJ goes down. Franco took so much damage. He almost dies to the scatter arrow here.
That tornado actually trapped him there too.
Yeah. This actually might be a game if they can actually get another pick here. Look at this. Pierce. Okay, good ancestral usage here. Always got to just lay it out there when this is in a danger moment like this for Rhaegar. He's got to drop that ancestral. Sign coming through. Another stun here onto Aimer. Just pushing them back so the boss can do the max amount of damage. They want to core from this. Dami's going to have his gust in one more second. Keep very, very low. Good with great zoning here. Sign looking for the pick on the Franco. There's the stun.
Damage going into Frankel as he is slowed down. There's another stun, and that's going to be the kill. Secured. Also,
double kill. This is going to be game. They're going to core from this. Here comes the gust flank. Dropping Liu and OJ to their deaths here. The cocoon on the Hanzo will buy them some time. But when he comes out, this core is not long for this world. OJ survives a bit longer, but Aimer will not be so lucky. Okay, maybe he was.
Maybe he does get lucky with like 1 HP.
All right, well, Aimer maybe got a little lucky, but the core will not be so lucky, G-Club. This is going to be game over. Tempest will finally win this series 3-1. A tough-fought series. It does not bode well.